Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the harmonious frequencies of the mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Factorio. Well, quick announcement, I do have a Discord exclusive playlist going up, or it is up already, so if you want to check that out, the link is always in my video description for my Discord. Just hop on there and, yeah, look around for the exclusive playlist. Pretty interesting stuff there. So, another is that I decided to cut grass yesterday, so I apologize for any throat clearing or sniffles that I failed to edit out of the video. I'm going to try to keep them to a minimum and be able to edit those out as well as possible. Last time we were here, we got the labs set up. Actually, we got the copper set up also. So a lot was accomplished last time. I'm pretty pleased with the way that it all turned out, but we have a lot to do now. Set up a few radars. Let's see what they've uncovered so far. Okay, we do have some nests over here. So this side is definitely going to need to be defended at some point. And at some point, I mean probably pretty immediately. Because as we could see by the radar, the pollution is spreading. It's going to be over here at any time. Here's another little nest that they just uncovered. So slowly but surely we are discovering some more of the map. This means to me that we may need to set up a couple of guns over on this side, as well as having bullets for them. I also noticed too, I don't have any bullets for my machine gun here. And in fact, I think most of my bullets will go here because I probably won't ever use my pistol. It's just not nearly as effective. So yeah, let's get all of these magazines made, and we're out of iron, so I'll go pick up some more of that. Okay, we got our next research done, so that's good. Fluid handling. Interesting. Let's see, we could go solar energy. We have the steam energy, though. I think the advanced material processing is what I am interested in next. Research speed might be preferable, though. Let's go for that first, yeah. And so that ought to tick up. Looks like some of these are missing greens, so we aren't pumping out greens quite as quickly as we need them to do research. They'll slowly tick over and be there. So that one's going to pick up. So this one next. Yeah. Yeah, so we are producing enough. It's just taking time for them to get around the loop here. That one grabbed it up. Okay. Just a quick observation. We ran out of fuel for the stone miner. And I think I need to make some bricks so that we can have walls available. Trying to think what the most reasonable setup for that would be. It would be something on this side, I would think. These are just fast inserters, right? I think having the raw stone is important, but this chest is already about half full. Okay, let's think about this for a second. Okay, our next research is finished here. That's pretty good. Let's see. I picked up the first chest, and so there we go. So now we'll have raw stone, and we'll have stone bricks being made. This chest will eventually fill up, and then this guy will be useless, and they'll continue making the stone bricks. We'll come back to that in a minute, and I'll get some walls made around the... Oh, we can go straight to research speed 2. Why not? We'll get some walls made around the gun turret so that they're a little bit better defended, I should say. Yeah, so they have a pretty good range. We ought to be able to cover most of this area to keep the biters away. I keep trying to press E to swap my machines around, but it's clearly R. I think up a little bit here is going to be good, so that it's very well covering this other one up here. Makes sense to me, at least. Okay, so let's split these. We'll go 50 and 50 for those. Nice. We still have plenty of bullets for our own gun. Okay, so that's pretty well defended now, and we shouldn't have to worry about anything for a little bit of time, but we can see the pollution is spreading closer to them, so they are going to eventually be agitated and come at us. So we've got the research going. There's going to be a lot more research to do. How are we looking for power right now? Yeah, our satisfaction is not quite at our production. I think we can add, what, 4 more boilers or so to each side of these in order to increase, or the steam engines, not the boilers, sorry. Totally different machines. Yeah, we can add 4 more to each side here to increase our power production. So I think that's probably what we're going to do. I may only make 4 more total. We'll add 2 to each side, so it's kind of balanced. And then when we need more, we'll add 2 more on each side here. And that'll work out, I think, in the end. Solves all of our power problems for the moment, I'm sure. Yeah. So we're down to about half. It's shaking around a little bit. There's some stuff that's going to need electricity off and on rather than constantly. I'm not sure what that is right now, though, but it is what it is. Alright, so it looks like we're not producing enough green science for it to get all the way around. I may need to add a couple of assemblers to this line so that we have a couple more, at least, being produced. Because we clearly have some backlog of green, but these just aren't operating quite fast enough for me. So let's make at least 2 more, and we'll add those into this production line. There we go. So now we have 2 more of these working on greens. No problem. Really easy to set up since we already have the line here. So hopefully we'll start seeing a little bit of a backlog of greens. I may even need to add more to it, but for now this is going to have to do. We're running a little bit low on belt, so we might as well pick up some of the excess here. Alright, so from what I'm seeing right now, steel is going to be one of our next items that we need to make. I mentioned last time that I will probably have it as its own production line. So I think I'll start it over on this side of the iron, and we will smelt iron down, and then we will smelt it into steel and have it in a separate storage area and everything, because this iron is being used up. I don't think we have backed up enough to store any iron in quite some time. So it's definitely being used to its capacity. Of course, we could see here that these are starting to back up a little bit. So this guy won't be producing the entire time, and these guys will slow down a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be stacking up back here very quickly. Yeah, advanced material processing then I think is what we want to get going on. And do we know what we need for blue research yet? No, we don't. I'm curious to know how we find out. Military 2 doesn't seem like it would be the thing. Okay, here we go. Advanced electronics is what we need for the Science Pack 3. So we have to go through oil processing, plastics, and then we're at the advanced electronics. So this is the line that we're going to need to go down next once the advanced material processing is done. Alright, we've got it now. So we're going to be able to get along with the rest of it. I said we were going to do this other next so we could get into the 3rd level of sciences, but you can see how much we have to do with the first 2. So I'll go into the tool belt, I'll get the electrical energy distribution, and then we'll get into oil processing and go down that route. Okay, so I've just started a basic setup over here. We're going to need to build a whole bunch of these things. I assume they're here. Yeah. Steel furnaces. So we already need steel, and we do need more stone. So that's something that I do probably need to keep an eye on and build up. For the initial steel production, I guess we could just use some of these basic furnaces to get it all done. Just so that I don't have to do absolutely everything on my own. I'm pretty sure I can't make steel on my own here. Yeah. I have to make it in the smelters and stuff. So we'll get this done, hooked up and everything, and be along our merry way. So we're gonna have this come down to here for right now. I'll build a box for the moment, because this is all very temporary. How are we doing for the production over here? We're down to 4K there, 23K there, so it's really no worry for some time. Oh, we have a sudden total power outage for some reason. The burners ran out of fuel somehow. I'm not sure how that's possible. I'm really not sure how that's possible. I'm positive that this has been feeding the same all the time. Maybe they're using more coal now that there's more... Yeah, why is there a huge gap right here, I wonder? Okay, no choice. We're gonna have to add a couple of miners onto this line. I don't like for them to overlap their production. Just because I'm particular like that. There we go. Oh, we've got the tool belt too. I only just noticed. Yeah, electrical power. Yeah. So they ran out of coal, huh? Just to make doubly sure, I'm gonna throw down one more miner up here, so that both sides of the belt are being supplied equally. There we go. So yeah, 27K, 44K, 8.6, and 3.9, all on this one belt, feeding the boilers down there. We should have... oh, wow, we're already behind on energy production again, so we are going to need these other two steam engines here. Just punching down a tree, because I don't have a proper tool. Okay, perfect. So now we ought to have a decent amount of production here. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, the assemblers are running sometimes, and then they stop and then start up again, because they get full up. Yeah, even with slow inserters, they're using all the coal that was coming in. So they are boiling up coal quickly, and pretty soon we're going to need another setup similar to this of power, unless we want to get into a different sort of power generation like solar panels. But solar is not reliable. Obviously, it's night sometimes, so we aren't going to always have the ability to do solar. Okay, what are we looking like on steel? We've got 32, so this is pretty decent. Let's start out. Oh wow, we need 50 steel plates for heavy armor. That's crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all. Okay, we could bump up to 5 steel furnaces to kind of boost our production here. Oh yeah, so we've spotted 2 groups of nests over here now. And there's one small one down here next to our power, so I may need to defend this down here in this corner as well. Even though it's a small one, we may be able to take this one out pretty soon. But this one looks a little bit more formidable. It's possible these are even worms around the corners here. And then these are hives in the middle. I could be wrong about that, but we'll find out one of these days when we go to check it out. I'm pretty sure I can't look at it. No, it's all fuzz. We can see inside of this lighter image here, but not outside of that, so that's interesting. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to set up some more power generation. I think steam is the most reliable, so we'll do some more of that. Okay, energy distribution done. What is this guy? Accumulators. Store excess energy for later. That's pretty fantastic, actually. And we need oil processing to do it, which is what I was going to research next anyway. Let's get to it. Okay, so first off, we're going to have to split the coal off. Somewhere around here ought to do to go this direction. Don't ask me why I'm going this direction. I'm going to use the excuse that it's further away from the biter group there. And then I don't think that an underground will reach underneath these steam engines, so that's why I'm going around like this. And we'll have to come down. Oops, this could be like this. And then around. And now we just need to find out where these are coming out at. I made 2 pumps by accident. One would have been sufficient for what I'm trying to do here. And then 2 boilers hooked up to that. We're not going to be able to get steam engines. Have to be this distance. Okay, so the boiler will have to be here-ish. I think this is lined up with the thing. So there and there, for sure. Which means actually the transport belt will have to come down. And then over. That should be sufficient. Yes, we're gonna need electricity for the grabbers here. Putting it in the center feels the cleanest to me. And by grabbers, of course, I mean inserters. Oh, why did I even turn that around? Okay. So now we should be able to attach these. No problem. And we have more of them. There we go. Oh, I forgot I made 5. I thought I made an even number. That's fine, though. Okay, that does still attach on those 2. I'll have to run all the way around here to get this one attached. Alright. It's not straight across, but that'll be fine, because it connects them all up. Now our production should be really good. It's actually not a lot better than it was before. That's okay, though. And this should... Oh, wait, this isn't even getting water because it's not piped in right now. There we go. That's why it wasn't much better than before. Yeah, that's helped. That's helped a little. Eco-unfriendly. Research oil processing. Achievement unlocked. That's right. That's right, folks. I hate the environment. Down with it. Maybe I should make one of those, the things. This guy. Let's make one of these steel axes. Alright, see how much faster. Wow. That's crazy fast. Okay. And this guy will be attached here. And we'll throw down a electrical pole where we can. That should work out. You know, I feel weird not having the extra 1. So we'll just shove this in here and be ready. Oh man, so I know it's more of the same as previous episodes, but this is what is necessary to keep things running smoothly. Alright, now we have a reasonable amount of steel also. Actually, I think upgrading our steel production first is going to be preferable. Since we need the steel to make more furnaces and stuff, so we'll do this first. Alright, real quickly, just so that it doesn't start to pile up too crazy on us. Yeah, we'll go down the plastics. Sulfur processing is what gets us to the batteries, right? And we can't do this without the 3rd science there. So yeah, let's go plastics and then advanced electronics, and that'll unlock the 3rd science so we can figure out what we need for the assembly line of that. And now I'll upgrade all of this and come back when we get it figured out. Okay, so here's the new guys. They're a little bit wider, I believe, than the other furnaces. I could be wrong about that. I'm not trying to fat shame, I'm just saying. Okay, and it looks like they do still require fuel, which I was thinking that they were electronic, but it's not the case. And I don't think it's accurate to have 2 to 2, so I may do 3 iron and 2 for steel. I think that's going to be a little bit more efficient. I don't know what the exact ratios are, but this is probably going to be better. Ideally, I would be able to run some coal over here so that they can fill up automatically. But that will be a bit of a chore. I could split it off from here and run it underneath, or even split it off from here, but I don't really want to take the power coal. Okay, so we'll split it off this direction, right? Like this. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's actually really cool. That helps me out a lot, actually. Okay, we'll run this over here. Then it's going to have to go up and around. We're actually a little behind on inserters, I just realized, for this production line. So the greens aren't being produced as far as they really need to be. I'll think about that. For right now, we're working on iron, or I mean steel. Okay, I've decided I am going to change this so that the transport belt runs straight down here. I'll have to move all of this over by one. Okay, that should cover all of this. Then that should cover what we need out here, too. Oh, man. So that's bringing in. We should be able to output right here. That should be fine. And we get the outputs going. Okay, so this is getting what it needs now. So I don't know if the long handle inserter will ever clean up this coal off of this belt here. And I may actually want to do that manually just so that it's clean. But it doesn't really matter at this point. And we can come down to here with the coal. That'll be fine. We'll input the coal like this. We also need to input the iron plates, so those start firing. And then I think what we're going to have to do is output with a couple of long-handled inserters over to this side. Yes. So this guy and this guy will output the steel. And then we would need another electrical pole to power this guy. Okay, and this is working as intended. It's not even backing up that much. It's actually firing pretty well. This guy's not outputting as much iron just because it's backed up right now. Let's see. I could do with picking up some more iron, so let's just grab this up so that it's clean. Let's grab this up so that it's clean. Okay, yeah, we're definitely falling behind on these, and it's because we're not getting any iron down here until now. Yeah, it's all going into the circuits almost. So iron production is definitely holding us back, and we can improve it with more furnaces like this. Yeah, we're already up to 28 steel, so this is definitely operating faster than the last setup. Much more efficient. Okay. So let's get into changing this one up then. And let's do a quick measure. Yeah, they are the same size as the old furnaces. So we just have to replace them identically, and we'll be perfectly fine. The way this is looking right now, though, I'm going to need to set up another miner onto this belt to keep up with the new level of production. In fact, I'll do 2. In fact, I'll do 3. Okay, so now we've increased our coal output. We've got it coming in on both sides of the belt, which looks a lot cleaner and more efficient anyway. Let's collect these up because I won't need them. We're just going to identically replace the furnaces here. And I've changed my mind already. We're going to add one. So we need 2 more fast inserters and whoops, a long-handled one. Alright, there we go. Man, and this plastics has been done for a long time. So let's get the advanced electronics researched and out of the way. Yeah, the coal is building up nicely for everything, so this is looking really good. Our power production is being satisfied fantastically. Nice. the 1 minute gives us a good look. What's this purple? Oh, the labs. So I failed to research there for a long time, and so that's why those were dead. We can see the assemblers working and not working, and that's something I do need to look into. Now that our iron production has increased, though, we should wind up seeing this working more efficiently. Somehow it got an ore in there. Can I not pick that up? Ah, it picked up the whole track here. That's alright. Okay, yeah. So this is going to start pumping out inserters a little more actively. We can already see more greens coming out. The greens have been piling up because of my failure to research before. But we should see them being produced a little more efficiently. Now we can see here as well that the ore is no longer stacking up at all. It's being pulled out as fast as it can be processed by the miners. So I may even want to stack in a few more miners in these back stages and run them up to the belts as well. Alright, another research completed. We're moving along pretty well. Let's see what's next. It could be anything really. I think we'll go for the gun turret damage because I feel like we're probably producing enough pollution that these guys, yeah, it's right at their doorstep, so they're coming out soon. In fact, I probably ought to put some walls around those turrets, but I'm going to finish this up first before I do that. Okay, so we've got these set up now, and another research finished, which was pretty quick actually. Let's continue on that line since it's available. Yeah, so we can see the ore is still not really stacking up. It's being used very quickly, even with the added miners here. I've got it going where I'm trying to get it on both sides of the belt as it comes out. Yeah, it's being used very quickly. So we should see this start stacking up soon. We can see it coming in like crazy here, and these fast inserters are working overtime. This production will stop soon. This has stopped already. So these are going to start passing by. There we go. So this is going to start stacking up back here. Slowly but surely. And this is going to start producing inserters like mad. Which means our green production should ramp back up. And in fact, after a short amount of time, we should start getting iron plates dropped into this box once again. Let's check out our steel and see how we're doing. We've got over a stack now, so that's pretty fantastic, I'd say. That means that we do have enough for the heavy armor. We'll get that started. And then let's go with all the walls that we can make. Alright, not quite perfectly balanced, but it'll do for now, for sure. This guy has stopped production, this guy's stopped production. So they're going to slow down a little bit. Our power situation is still pretty good. These have a long way to go to catch up filling this side of the belt. I say a long way, they've got about halfway to go. But we can see that our coal is doing fantastic at the moment. No worries for any of our production here. And it does look like two of these guys are able to keep up with two of these guys without any problems. I could probably remove him and use him maybe for like copper production. But our copper has even gotten to the point where it's backed up pretty well. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, we're building up copper here, even with just the old stone furnaces. So that's no worries. Okay, we need military to continue along that route. Bullet damage. This is... Oh, it is for turrets also. So not only can we research turret damage, but also bullet damage, which increases the turrets. This just increases the productivity of miners. Let's go. Greens are starting to come around. We're really doing better. It's taken me a little bit of time to improve things, but we're getting there. Okay, so what I'm really starting to think is that maybe I need to swap this over to being a steel producer. And so we could have 2 iron to 3 steel, is what I'm thinking. Because this is backing up quite a lot. This guy's not even operating right now because of his current situation, so I think that's probably the answer here. And this is going to take a while to catch up. Oh, this guy's still trying to put in instead of take out. Take out. I just had some frozen Chinese food the other day, and it was delicious. It's like a General Tso's chicken, but it was like an orange sauce instead. A sweet and sour orange sauce. Egg rolls, fried rice, all that kind of good stuff. Amazing. Aside from lasagna, it's one of my favorite kinds of foods. Okay, so this guy's actually not producing any copper anymore. This guy still has 1.7k. So we pick this guy up, or gal. I'm not going to try to assume genders, even though I did several times by now. We'll throw this one here, I guess, is fine. And we will drive down a conveyor. I think I would like to bring it over to this side, just to be sure that it maximizes the range that it has to go here. And I feel bad for not ramping up our copper production. I also feel bad for missing a trick with the steel furnaces. Oh, I was thinking they required a stone furnace to build, but it doesn't look like it is the case. I thought something did. These guys do, the burner mining drill, so I'm fine. I'm fine then. I think we'll try to make 5 furnaces, and we'll just upgrade the copper production. The ore may never make it to the 5th one, so I might even add another miner, and we'll just max out the copper production, because I imagine that we're going to need it eventually. Yeah, I should set this up now that we have all this coal, so that this is working constantly, and I think that is what I'll do, as a matter of fact. Alright, and why not boost the efficiency here with a steel furnace, for sure. So we'll plop him in right there, should be fine. We'll get this bringing the stone in. This will be bringing the coal in, and then we'll need another fast inserter to get that pulled out. We just got our research done. Oh, this is mining productivity number 2. It's another 2% on our mining productivity, so that's good. 9.3k on this, so it should be fine. And then we'll get the output of bricks right there. So that'll be fantastic. Alright, I moved the radar out here. Yeah, we do have enemies up here, and the pollution is spreading around the outside too, so we're going to very soon need defenses on these 2 corners. Alright, here we are. The final solution for the copper. Somehow I feel like this guy isn't getting enough ore right here, so we may need to up our production even more. But right now these are kind of a reserve. If they don't get any ore, then they don't get any ore. These first 3 seem to be enough for 3 miners at the current productivity level. Yeah, and of course this is stacking up. This box is going to fill up, and at that point this will be full. None of these will be working unless I find another use for copper, which I'm sure I inevitably will. If I remember right, yeah, we do have access to this science pack, which, as we could see, requires advanced circuits, engine units, and an entire electric mining drill. So this one's going to be a very complicated item to make. I'm really going to have to think about that one, and we may work on that one entirely on the next episode. That's going to have to do it for this episode, though. So, if you want to catch another one, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description, and feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you so much for all the time you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.